Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome back. Today is Sunday, May 24th. It is the 5th week we're talking about Moses, which is crazy, especially considering Mother's Day was in there. So time is just flying. I do miss you guys very much. And for those of you who are able to join us for our Sunday school Zoom meeting, just to check in, see each other for a little bit, thank you so much. It was great to see you. It was so nice to be able to hear about the stuff that you guys have been doing to stay busy. And I hope you continue to share stuff with me. Feel free to send me pictures of whatever you're doing. I really do enjoy looking at that, and I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much. For those of you, I still see it in youth group every week. It's always great to see you guys too. And I'm glad that we have that. So if you guys are interested in doing another Sunday school meetup, please let me know. I am absolutely down to do it. I think it was a lot of fun, and it was great to visit and catch up. So, all right. So, if you remember last week, we talked about the first Passover, and we made our door frame, put a Bible verse in there. Today, we're talking about the crossing of the Red Sea, and our project is very similar. It is hard, I know I've mentioned before, to find projects that we can do with minimal materials. So today all you're going to need is a couple pieces of paper, a glue stick, marker, pencil, pen, whatever you have, and some scissors. So Thomas, I'm going to have you start us off reading, please, and then I can finish us off, and then we'll get into our craft.
Crossing the Red Sea. Moses led the Israelites into the desert, and they began their journey to the promised land of Canaan. Since Moses did not know which way to travel, God guided the children of Israel with a pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night. They came at last to the shores of the Red Sea and set up camp as God had commanded them. Meanwhile, yet again, the Pharaoh had changed his mind. After the Israelites had gone, the Egyptian king just realized how many slaves he had lost. So the Pharaoh gathered his huge and powerful army and set out to capture the Israelites and bring them back to Egypt.
The children of Israel saw the Pharaoh's army approaching and found themselves trapped between the Egyptians and the sea. The people were terrified and shouted at Moses, "Have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the desert? We would have been better off as slaves." But God had spoken to Moses, and he calmed the people. "Do not be afraid," he said to them. "God will keep you safe. He will fight for you. This is the last time we will be troubled by these Egyptians." Moses stretched out his staff over the sea in front of them. As he did so, God sent a great wind that divided the waves, making a pathway straight through the water. So the Israelites began to cross to the other side. But the Egyptians chased after them across the seabed. Just as the Israelites reached safe ground, God let the vast walls of seawater pour back down again, and the mighty army of Egypt was drowned beneath the rushing waves. The people of Israel thanked God for saving them. Now they were able to begin their long journey through the desert. All right, so here's our picture. You can see all of them following Moses. He's raising his staff up high. He's parting that sea. And you can see the desert below. All righty. So, for our project, you're going to need a piece of paper that's going to represent the desert. So you can either use yellow or brown, or again, whatever you have. Thomas chose to use a piece of yellow. I chose to use a piece of brown. What you're going to do with this is right in the middle, right down the middle, like in a column. You're going to write, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring to you today." And that's a quote from Moses in Exodus 14:13. And we put NIV, which means New International Version, which is the version of the Bible that I took the quote from. And I'll just hold it up so you can see it. Sorry, my handwriting is very messy. I need to work on that. I made it really big just so you would kind of be able to read it. Again, my handwriting is not very neat, so if you can't, I apologize. Realistically, you want it to be a little bit smaller just so you can read it better. And leave room for a picture if you want to. What you're going to do next is you're going to take your blue piece of paper and you're just going to cut it in half. Right up the middle. Okay? Now the easiest way to do this is to take both halves and lay them on top of each other. I know a little uneven, but that's okay. And then you're going to line up the edges and you're going to cut straight up, but don't cut through. So you're going to leave it like a flap. You're going to keep doing that. And what we're going to do is make sort of a fringe out of these. So you're going to keep going on both sides. Okay? I'm just going to do one side so you can see what we're going to do, and then I'll explain how we're going to put it together. And again, thank you, Pinterest, for this craft. I'm having a hard time finding stuff, but something to kind of break up the monotony of the week, right? So you see this? It might make a cool little hat. What we're going to do is you're going to take your marker or whatever you use to write your quote. Here, Thomas, you could use the pencil while I use this.
Yeah.
And then you're going to take them and you're just going to put them around each little fringe. You're going to wrap, I don't know if you can see, you're going to wrap it around like that. Oh. And you have a curl. And then you're going to do it with all of your little cuts. Okay, and it's going to take you a little bit of time. But you can think about how weird it must have been to follow Moses, finally be free, and then come across an ocean, well, a sea, not an ocean, I guess, but come across the sea, and you're stuck. And how scary that must have been. But Moses was also a prophet, so they had to kind of just trust in him. And again, one more time, if you need me to repeat the quote, it's, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring to you today." And that's Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. From the New International Version. So eventually, once you start curling, I only did half of this one so far, but do you see how they start to look a little bit like waves? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our, we're going to take our brown piece of paper, and you're going to take your glue stick, and you're going to glue each of these to a side. Again, that's why you wanted to write it smaller than I did, so it'll fit and you'll be able to see it.
Do not be afraid. Stand.
And when you're all done, if you leave a little space under your quote, like I said, if you want to make a picture, if you're confident in your ability to draw people, it'd be really cool to put Moses in there, or maybe it could be like a picture of people crossing the sea. I, on the other hand, am not an artist. I'm not a very good drawer at all. So I just drew Moses' staff. So if you see, so it looks like the sea is being parted, and I have Moses' staff here. Just a cute little quick project, something just to help you, remind you that this all happened. Again, I hope to put a lap book together. It'll probably be the next Sunday school year. If and when we are able to gather in the summertime, we'll probably just kind of take it easy, maybe do some painting during the services and stuff. But just wanted to keep doing stuff with you guys as long as we're distanced. Kind of helps to make it feel like we're close together. And remember, every morning on Sunday at 10:30, we do our coffee hour. You guys are more than welcome to come join us for that. And we usually try to watch the service about between 9 and 9:30, like normal, so that way we can all be watching together as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week, hopefully, and send me pictures of all of your projects that you've completed. I got a whole bunch of them from Eve this week, which was absolutely awesome. Thank you for that, kiddo. And we will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.
Bye.